Hi class, this video will walk us through Canvas. What will this course look like on Canvas? I'm just going to give a brief tutorial so you know where to find things, and then we'll go through the syllabus. So I'm just going to highlight a few important elements of the syllabus. You'll need to read the whole thing on your own, but I'm going to at least highlight some of the areas that might be of interest to you. First, the introduction video, which if you have not watched the introduction video yet, that's the first thing you should do. You should pause this, go to the introduction video, it tells you about the class, what we're going to be doing in the class. But I've got some updated photos. I made that a while ago. My son Sullivan now is 6, so for those that are interested, some pictures. He just finished kindergarten. This is an updated picture of my daughter, Nina. She is now almost 2. That's her coming down the slide all bundled up. This is Sullivan in the middle, 3 of my good friends that function basically as uncles for him. We're at the top of Camel's Back there in Boise. So let's navigate through Canvas. So this is what it'll look like when you go in to the home page here. You have a welcome. Here's the video link, so click on this. It'll be a video introducing the course. Again, hopefully we've already done that. There's a picture of me and my wife, and then my contact information. Please use the contact information. Students often, the first thing they do when they email you or call you is apologize. They act like they're wasting your time. But that's not the case. I want to hear from you. I want to get to know you. So please email me. Let me know if something's going on in your life. Let me know ahead of time. If you just want to talk, you have a question about ethics or theology or philosophy, let me know. If you're in the area, maybe we can grab coffee. But use that information to really keep me updated. If there are prayer requests, I want to know about them, right? So keep me informed. I want to hear from you. Working with students is my favorite thing, so it's not a burden at all. So you have the intro page. The announcements, if there are any announcements, those show up there. The syllabus, of course, gives you all of the assignments, and there's a list of assignments here that are going to show up. But this is also where you're going to find the document. If you don't have your syllabus open right now, you will in a minute when we start going through it. So the syllabus document is there. The video that walks you through the syllabus, this video that you're watching right now, here's a link to it if you want to watch it again. Again, here are the list of assignments and the dates. So this is where you're going to find the syllabus video, and your assignments. The main thing you need to know those modules. I've set this course up to follow modules. So again, the beginning is intro. You've got the intro to course. You've got the syllabus video. You've got the syllabus itself right there. Cap papers. These are the big papers that are due throughout the course of these 7 weeks. You've got an instructional video. Please watch that before you write any cap papers, right? Watch that video. A rubric showing you what I'm going to look for when I grade the cap papers, right? This is what I grade them on and what each component is worth in terms of points. So that rubric is important to see. 2 A-level cap papers for you to look at so you know what an A paper looks like. So those are important. And then you get into the content. Week 1, right? So if you want to know what you should do week 1, you click on the schedule here. Each week has it as the first thing. And then it's going to tell you, week 1, on Monday, this is what you should read. These are the lectures you should watch. This is what you should post on the discussion board, right? Tuesday, this is what you should read. This is what you should post. Wednesday, read, view, post. And you're going to see each thing so you know how your week should be structured, right? So that schedule is really important. And then you have the lectures here, right? I tell you which day. So here, Monday, that's the day to watch the lecture. Ideally, of course, you can always work ahead and do it earlier. You got the discussion boards for the week 1, another lecture, another discussion board, PowerPoints if you want to look at them. So each week is self-contained. Everything you need should be here in the week 1 module. Same thing with all of the subsequent weeks. So if you follow that schedule, it should go straight forward. Of course, you also have your grade book, which should show you what things are worth, when they're due, and also when I post my individual feedback, it shows up in the grade book as well. So I hope that that helps. But in a nutshell, that's how you're going to navigate the course. I still think the most important thing is modules. You can get all the lectures, all the introduction, the syllabus, and everything from that link. For preview of the assignments, the syllabus link is probably the best one. If you run into any trouble at all, though, please let me know, and I want to help. Sorry, I'm now going to upload the syllabus here. So as this converts, if you have a chance now to open up your syllabus document, maybe minimize it into a corner or something, but this way we can go through it together. So again, you see my contact information. Please use it. The text is Mina Rosenstan's The Moral of the Story, 7th edition. If you have an older edition, I can work with you, but you'll have to communicate with me so that I can give you the updated page numbers. So if you have an old edition, let me know, and we can try to figure it out. But almost all the editions have the same major sections, so I think it should be fine. You see the university mission and values. You see the course description, which ultimately I've already gone through in the introduction video. So the course objectives and the course description, I'm not going to touch on here. The big thing is, what are you expected to do, right, in this course? So I expect you to do all of the reading. I try to give you small reading amounts, so I limit the page numbers, because I know if I give you 100 pages of philosophy to read, you can't do it. So I try to keep it around 20 pages or so, but I do expect you to do that reading. So reading reflections. These are due. Ideally, I would want you to do reading reflection 1 every Monday, reading reflection 2 every Wednesday. So the weeks look the same, right? You're going to do reading reflection Monday, peer response Tuesday, reading reflection Wednesday, peer response Thursday, cap paper on Sunday. That's the way each week is sort of structured, generally. So reading reflections. Ideally, you do it Monday. However, it's not late until Tuesday at 9 a.m. So I give that grace period. I was going to make it due Monday at midnight. I thought it would be better to have a grace period until Tuesday morning, because some of you work really late. Some of you work very early in the morning. So they're not late until after 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. They should be 400 to 450 words. And there's a few things that I want you to make sure that you do. So these reading reflections should, 1, engage the reading. What does Plato argue about ethics, right? What is his view? Get half, maybe 60%, 70% should be telling me about the reading, the person that we read, Aristotle or someone. Give me some short quotes from the reading. Show me that you are engaging the reading, right? Then make sure that you have 30, 40% of the post dedicated to your own voice, your reflection. What do you think about Plato? Where is he wrong? Where is he strong? Why? Often I tell students, I don't hear your voice. That's not good. You want to make sure you find the right balance between telling me what it says in the reading and unpacking that argument, and then also giving time for your own voice, right? So that's what I'm looking for when I read these reflections. I often give 2 or 3 prompts to choose from. If that's the case, only choose 1 to write on. Don't write on all the prompts. Only write on 1 of the prompts so that you can add more depth to those, right? The reading reflections are each worth, you can see, 10 points down here. I will grade them promptly, and I will give you individual feedback on them. And usually you can find that on the grade book. The next big thing are peer responses. So you're going to read and write a reflection on that reading on Mondays. And then on Tuesday, I want you to read what your classmates has written, right? So what have your peers posted in terms of their reading reflections? And then I want you to choose 1 to write a formal peer response to. It's going to be 125 to 150 words in length. I want you to make sure that it's not, great job, right? You did well. I want it to have some depth. Ask some good questions. Bring a different angle to it. Say why the person's wrong or why. Give an example. But make sure these peer responses are quality. Now, I encourage you to respond to many students. Respond to 10, 20. but I'm only going to grade one, and that one needs to have the proper title. So don't just click reply on the discussion board. Click reply, then retitle your post peer response or Jane's peer response or whatever it might be. And that will let me know that's the one I'm supposed to grade. The others might be 10 words long, right? 20 words long. But this is the formal peer response that I'm going to grade. Again, ideally you would write peer response 1 on Tuesday and peer response 2 on Thursday. But you have a grace period. So you have until Wednesday 9 a.m. for the first one. You have until Friday 9 a.m. for the second one, right? If you have any questions, let me know. But again, I think this is pretty straightforward. Each peer response is worth 5 points. There will also be 4 morality journal entries. And these will be on Canvas under the weeks when you're supposed to do them. So there are 4 weeks when you'll write a morality journal entry. And typically these are due on Fridays. In this case, there are usually 3 or 4 prompts, questions. I want you to respond to all of them. So answer all of the questions on your morality journal entries. 400 to 450 words, I'm going to grade you on grammar. How much do you engage the questions? Do you engage at a deep level or a superficial level? And do you answer all of the questions? Some of the questions are personal. I'm going to be reading them. That's it, right? So I want you to feel comfortable sharing at least what you would feel comfortable with me. These are not open to the class. Other students can't read them. So sometimes it's sharing moral decisions that you've made or haven't made. Thinking about those moral decisions in your life seriously, critically. Right? Part of the class is to get you to think about the moral decisions you're making, both big and small, and how to make better choices in the future. So I hope you'll take this seriously and engage with this at a deep level, and I think it will sort of help make the class become real for you and hopefully helpful. Each of the morality journal entries is worth 10 points throughout. And then finally, there are critical assessment papers, CAP papers. These are the big assignments. Each are worth 50 points, right? So this is the bulk of your grade. And these, when they are due on Sundays before midnight. I want them to be 1,100 words to 1,350 words. So I want you to hit that word limit. And word limits matter for all of these assignments. If you go over or under, I dock your grade. So you want to hit those word limits, right? Again, it's about finding a balance. Part of the CAP paper is, what does Aristotle say about ethics or the death penalty or something specific? What is his argument? Outline it for me. Give me some short quotes telling me about what he said. Then, and that should take up about 50 or 60% of the paper, then make sure you save 40 or 50% to give your argument. Why is Aristotle dead wrong about this? Or why is he really strong? You might need to use some outside sources from the internet or research from other classes you've done, scripture, other things that might help make an argument, right? But I want to hear your voice, so it's about finding that balance. I've posted an instructional video for these CAP papers. You already saw it on Canvas. Watch that instructional video. It will give you a lot of detail about this. There's a rubric on Canvas that tells you how I'm going to grade these and what's important to me as I'm reading them. Make sure you look that over, okay? If you use outside sources, I want you to cite them with footnotes or endnotes, but I don't care what style, as long as it's a professional style. So use MLA or APA or Chicago Trade Union, some professional style, use it consistently, and that's fine, okay? If the writing is a struggle for you, we do have resources on campus. So there's a writing center where you can email your papers and they'll help you edit it for free and give you feedback. And that's something you just have to finish the paper early enough to email it to them to get the feedback. These CAP papers, there's 5 due during the course of the 7 weeks. I only grade 4 of them, so you get a free one. My suggestion to you is to write all 5, and then I'll just drop your lowest score. But if you get busy, if you find yourself with a hectic week, you can just not write it, and that's fine. You don't have to give a reason, nothing. I'll just drop that 0, and I'll count the other 4 that you turn in. You'll be getting audio feedback from me on these CAP papers. So in a given week, the feedback you will receive, I will grade your reading reflections. I will give individual feedback to you on those. I will post video responses to Canvas that sort of give a try to address the big questions from the reading reflections, any misconceptions or confusions, right? So I'll post that video response, and then you'll also be getting individualized feedback on your CAP papers from me via audio. In terms of late work, you can see it here. Keep me in the loop. I'm really gracious. If things are snowballing on you and you say, I need an extension, can I turn in late? Almost always I say, yes, we can work with it. But if you just remain silent and don't communicate, and you start turning assignments in late, I either don't accept them or you'll get a drastically reduced grade. So make sure you keep me in the loop and you don't just turn things in late. Let me know what's happening. I'll work with you. But if it's after the fact, then I'm much less gracious, and usually I say, it's too late, I'm sorry. So keep me in the loop. You have a grading scale here, total points, and then how each grade shakes out in terms of total points. So basically the way I work it is I tally up your points at the end of the semester. What was your total points? I look at this chart, and you get a grade accordingly. So it's pretty straightforward. Course policies, you should really read this on your own. I'm just going to say something briefly, right? Plagiarism's on the rise, and in this course I've had some instances. If you plagiarize, you will fail the assignment, and if it's up to me, and it's egregious, you will fail the entire course. So first offense, you will fail the entire course. So don't cheat. It's so easy to cut and paste. It's so tempting to want to do that. If you get into trouble with the papers, let me know, and I'll try to work with you. If you look to the bottom, you'll see course schedules. Now remember, in Canvas, each week has the schedule for that week. But if you want all the weeks, you can look at the end of the syllabus here, and it shows you week 1, what to do for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Skip down here again. Week 2, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what to read, what to post, what to watch. And it goes through all the way week 7. Well, I hope this helps and makes sense to you. If you have any questions at all, let me know. The worst thing about being a student is when you're not sure about expectations. So I want my expectations to be clear, and I want you to know what you're getting into and sort of how to navigate the course. So if there's any confusion, I'd like to help. I look forward to seeing you guys all online.